All right, it is time to be Gabriel again. No more analysis. I do not blame him for staying away from that button now. Honey, you're typing so loud. Huh? What? Man, she's still in the room. Did I last? Oh no. Oh. Where'd my necklace go and what did I do last night?
Oh, so you're up.
Yeah, kinda inevitable.
Oh. Oh.
So, did you have breakfast?
No, but I think I'll go down. I mean, while you shower and all that. I'll just get out of your hair.
Hello?
So.
Hello? Did somebody die?
Hey, Mose.
Yeah, hi. What's up?
Does anyone else hear Twilight Zone music, or is it just me?
What do you mean?
What's this?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Where'd you find it?
Our friend Larry Chester buried it last night. Or should I say, Larry Sinclair.
Sinclair, huh? Son of a bitch.
And you woke up at 2 a.m.
It's
to
about
do
the
it.
Stewart bloodline.
Did you read it then?
I just skimmed it. I've been working on the treasure
Oh.
map.
Well, would you mind reading it? I've got to figure out why Sinclair lied and why he felt compelled to play Jolly Roger last night.
Say, I'll read it, if you're busy with the map.
Grace will do it. Why the hell are you so interested anyway?
That's a good
Just
question.
trying to be helpful. Jeez, fine. I'll just go.
Poor Mosley.
Wait. Grace, I'll grab a shower later, so, the room's all yours.
God, get a grip, Knight.
Wow.
Christ, you retard. This better not be about what I think it's about. Oh, shit. I'm going to my room. Come by later if you want to talk about it.
Oh. Wait a minute, what's going on over here? Roxanne, mon petit!
It's Jean, the receptionist.
Oh, I tell you, Jean, I feel it. Something is wrong.
Perhaps Monsieur Winks spends the night with another guest.
No, I have already cleaned Mademoiselle Butan's room, and where else could he have been? The American girl stays with her boss. As for the Lady Howard and Estelle,
Yeah.
Enough, Roxanne. Lock the door and touch nothing. We shall see if Monsieur Winks returns.
oui, Jean.
So, the big thumper's gone missing. But Roxanne has returned. Hey, baby.
I've got myself in enough trouble already.
Oh, no, you haven't. You have not gotten yourself into enough trouble until you've been with the girl who walks like that. I told you to go in there.
Excuse me, Roxanne?
Monsieur Knight, do you need something?
I just wanted to tell you that you don't need to put on the red light.
Say, Roxanne, my pants are a little dirty. Would you be able to clean them for me?
Good lord.
Oui, certainly. Just leave them with me.
Well, gee, I was kind of hoping you'd do it while I wait.
But, monsieur, you would not be wearing any pants.
Fellas, don't try this at home.
Gabriel.
Oh, Monsieur Knight, you joke with me, no?
Yeah, I'm a kidder.
Oh,
What's up this morning? I saw you talking to Jean.
that's a hell of a pickup line.
Monsieur, I am very afraid for Mr. Wilkes. This morning, his window, it is wide open, and things in his room, they are not right. Usually, I find his nightclothes on the floor, yes? But this morning, there is no sign of them, and his razor and toothbrush, they have not been used. It
She
is as if
investigates
he
the
never
people's
got up this
toothbrushes.
He is not there.
Gee, that sounds bad. Why don't you let me take a look?
I don't know.
Roxanne, this could be serious. Mr. Wilkes would want us to make sure he's not in any trouble.
I agree. That is why I go to Jean. But he thinks I have the big imagination.
Yeah, you've got a big
I've
something.
learned never to underestimate a woman.
Monsieur. All right, I will show you. Follow me.
Can we go back to addressing
Please,
Gabriel's
Monsieur.
pickup line?
If Monsieur Wilkes returns, do not tell him I let you in. Yes?
I won't. Thanks.
His pickup line was, "Would you like to wash my pants?" I dare you to try that the next time you're in a bar. I dare you to walk up to a woman and say, "You want to wash my pants?"
I don't see any signs of forced entry on the window. It's wide open, all right. Creepy. It reminds me of my dream.
So the vampires got here, huh? Let's check under the bed for vampires. No vampires under there.
The springs are a bit overworked, but other than that...
See, it's funny because I actually don't know why it's funny. I guess they're implying he's a big fella. I wonder where he did go after Grace kicked his butt last night. Well, you know we gotta try. Nope, no sniff option.
His Highness's throne.
I'm a little disappointed.
Wilkes's stuff is still here. The sink hasn't been used this morning. No clues in there. Doesn't look wet. He definitely hasn't showered this morning. Those towels haven't been used lately.
So what you're saying is, he wasn't here. I'll just unlock that for fun.
No signs of a forced entry here.
Honestly, I'm not sure if I just locked or unlocked it. The game doesn't really let you know. Well, it's time to confide in my buddy about where I've been last night and who I've been with.
Get in here. I'm listening.
The Moose guy doesn't look very happy with me. Then again, I've had more admirable moments.
Here we go.
Well, I really did it this time.
And by it, I mean Grace.
You did, didn't you? Did you?
Yeah.
Christ!
Ah, come on. How about some support here?
So what happened anyway? When she left here last night, she didn't want anything to do with you.
Well, it was an accident.
Right. You're the only guy I know who could accidentally end up in bed with the most beautiful woman for 50 miles.
What about Madeline?
What about Madeline? Jeez. You know, you got kind of a reverse rose-colored glasses thing going on. Must be your fear of commitment affecting your optical nerves. Grace is beautiful. She's nice. She's smart. She's funny. You ought to have your head examined. And besides which, I ought to break your neck for hurting her feelings.
You go,
Did you look
Mosley.
at her face this morning?
Hell yeah.
No, knock it off. I feel bad enough. I just don't know how to act. I mean, God, she's like my sister or something.
Oh. Well, I suppose you could try to talk to her about your feelings, get it all out in the open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah. I'll tell you what. Just pretend it never happened.
Oh.
That sounds genius.
Just act like nothing happened. Try it.
Okay.
You're taking advice on women from Mosley. Poor
I
Gabriel.
can't think of anything to talk to Mose about at the moment.
Oh. Where are you going, Jean? I want to talk. Okay, I can't move the camera now, so I'm just staring at this skull painting. Thank you.
Have you seen Wilkes yet, Jean?
Non, monsieur. Have you?
No.
I'm sure he'll be popping it up any time now.
How's life, Jean?
Oh, monsieur does not wish to know.
It's Jean, the receptionist.
Yep, it certainly is. Now, if you'll recall, the keys to the Harley are in Grace's pocket. She had them when this chapter began. Luckily, Gabriel can use his Schottenjäger powers to activate the bike. See that medallion of his that disappeared? Well, it was cloaked, is what it was, and it can be used to activate motorcycles, I suppose. I'm not sure where I am or what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, look, there's a big hole that Madeline dug.
Mosley must be in better shape than he looks.
Yeah, that was totally Mosley that did that. Let's see, somewhere around here are... Oh, God. What if I'm in the wrong area? What if I can't find them? I'm looking for muddy footprints. You guys at home, just holler out if you see them.
That's a big old Wilkes-size footprint.
There's no footprint there. I just clicked at random on the dirt. Oh.
I found Wilkes.
In his pajama pants. Look at that. That man has got some weird pajama pants. What is that, fish on them?
Poor bastard. They must have pulled him from his room last night, but no one heard a thing. How do they do that? And why Wilkes?
Let's search his body. Go ahead, Gabriel. Dig through the dead guy's pockets. You've done worse. Remember in New Orleans, you almost pulled the shirt off that dead guy in the church.
It's from Wilkes to his publisher. He must have been worried about someone seeing it, so he took it to bed with him. Apparently, he was right to be paranoid.
Oh, you know, the last person to see him alive was Grace. She kicked his butt. And now he's dead. I figured it out. Grace is a vampire.
Looks like Wilkes might have been onto something after all. I wonder if that's what made him a target. Then again, maybe he just stumbled into the wrong neck of the woods. It's the letter I found in Wilkes' pocket.
All right. Oh, I found his blood, too.
Either the Red Cross had an accident here, or I found Wilkes' missing blood.
They didn't hide it that far from his body.
Not, thanks.
Gabriel refuses to think about the blood. But I bet
They held Wilkes here while they drained his blood. He wasn't exactly small, either.
Oh. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm still shocked I found the footprints, because honestly, I don't see anything. I guess... Okay. I kind of see them now. See that? That's a footprint. That's a footprint. But it really... It blends in with the texture of the ground so well. That was just luck that we weren't standing there for an hour, guys. Alright, it's time for Gabriel to go have an encounter with my two favorite ladies. And no, I don't mean Roxanne and her twin sister. Oh, why couldn't Roxanne have been in all 3 games? We're going to the source of the toilet sniff herself. Look at that, she's right there. It reminds me, did I ever scan in? Okay, yeah. I did scan in Mosley's thing, I just never attached it to his... I wonder if that's worth any points if I scan in his license plate. It's always a trick finding where I'm supposed to go to get to the next screen. Take your time, man. Stretch your stuff. You put it good to grace last night. There we go. Look at this lovely domestic scene. Estelle digs. Lady Howard's reading a map. I wonder if I wait here long enough if she'll find what she's digging for.
Oh, poor Estelle. She's kind of like a faithful bulldog, isn't she? Well, here's a scene of domestic bliss.
Wow, Gabriel and I are making the same jokes. I've been playing this game way too long.
It looks like an empty plastic water bottle to me. It's gotta be Estelle's. Lady Howard's lips have probably never touched plastic in her life. Morning, ladies.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
Oh, just passing by. I see you've narrowed down your theory.
Really? Some people haven't the slightest consideration. It's all right, Lily. Bother. It is not. Do you mind, Mr. Knight?
Not at all.
Estelle and I are on a private enterprise and we don't need any help or supervision from you.
I wasn't offering any.
Very well. Then be gone. Go on. Pish posh.
That's it. I'm going to start yelling pish posh at people. You see if I don't.
You must have a deep desire to humiliate me.
I just wanted you to talk to Estelle.
You must have a deep desire to humiliate me.
You know, while you bring that up, do we need to go through the whole I won't get on the stupid little moped, you better get me a Harley puzzle? I made you sniff her toilet for a reason, and yeah, I want you to talk to them. You deserve something.
You must have a deep desire to humiliate me.
I really do. Ugh. Fine. But you and I aren't done, Knight. We'll never be done. Toussaint's tomb. Oh, look, somebody's actually here. Or somebody's moped is parked here. Whose moped is that? I've forgotten.
I wonder who's here.
Well, why don't you tell me? You took down everybody's... And it's scanned to... Oh, my God. I gotta find the path. Where's the path? Emilio! I like Emilio. Of course he'd be riding the red one with flames on it.
Hi, Emilio.
Hello, Mr. Knight.
So, what you doing up here?
Just looking for a quiet spot to meditate.
Funny. Most people prefer Tour Magdala or Blanchefort to, meditate.
Do they? This location, too, has its benefits, you know.
Emilio's a very mysterious character.
He's looking for some peace and quiet. He's looking for some peace and quiet.
And
I've never seen a more unsociable tour group in my life.
I don't know what caused that. Oh, look. Here's where he wrote a word in the dirt. Yesterday.
Somebody wrote wuss. Must be looking at Mosley at the door.
Okay. That's pretty funny, actually. Except there's no way that spells wuss, because look, it's a W-N-S. I mean, if you really insist on looking at it upside down. It was a cute line, though, so I'm willing to let it go. It says I still have to do something at Larry Chester's house. Fine, but I'm going back to Rennes Le Chateau first. Oh, I wonder if Roxanne's busy. I hope she didn't turn on the red light.
Should I see if I'm in?
You know you're sharing that room. You could knock for Grace's sake.
Ah!
What are you doing?
I was, I was just gonna talk to Grace, but yeah, she's in the shower.
Huh.
So, see ya.
You sure you didn't just steal my manuscript that you're carrying wrapped up in that newspaper?
I'll catch up with you later. Oh, Monsieur Mosley.
All right. Moses gonna get some.
This place is a fruit bin.
Well, there's a new expression. Oh, that music reminds me of the first game. How I miss the first game. I love the first game. Just for the sake of completion. And look, that did give us a point. Mostly, my man. Alright. I'm definitely supposed to do something here.
I don't think I need to scan that into Sydney.
But I don't know what. Oh, guys, I missed something. The walkthrough says I'm supposed to scan Larry Chester's prints. And I don't have them. Oh, I don't have them. Man. I don't even know when I was supposed to grab those. I guess I was supposed to grab them in the chapter before last, and I didn't do it. See, guys, even following a walkthrough as closely as I can for you guys, I can't get a perfect score in this game.
Grace is in there. I'm sure she's fine.
See, there's a certain amount of stuff this game will let you miss and still complete it. Which, on the one hand, is nice, but on the other hand, it's a little frustrating because you don't know what you've missed. Oh. Anyway, let's go to Larry Chester's house, since that's the one place we got left. I'm very disappointed with myself. And later I'm going to go back through this walkthrough, and I'll bet you anything I find where I skipped one line of dialogue or one something. I'm sure he's just dying to talk to us.
I have nothing to say to you.
Oh, I think you do, Mr. Sinclair.
Perhaps you had better come in.
That's right. I know your last name is
I
Sinclair.
learned that you were, in fact, hired by Prince James.
Good.
But that doesn't excuse your prying into my affairs. You've destroyed my cover.
See now, that's the problem with secrets and lies. It's impossible to tell which ones might be relevant until you dig them up and take a good whiff.
That's between you and Prince James. But I can tell you that you're treading on thin ice.
Can I get your thumbprint?
Situation. You might find yourself in very hot water indeed.
I'm getting confused. Am I supposed to watch out for thin ice or hot water?
I love
Very
Gabriel.
amusing, I'm sure. We'll see how your cavalier attitude serves you with the prince. Now, what is it that you want?
I want your fingerprint. Please.
I wanted to talk to you about your bloodline manuscript.
How did you know about that?
I followed you last night and dug it up.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
This is outrageous.
I hope you can appreciate my motivation. I was in the room when Prince James's son was taken. There's very little I wouldn't do to find him.
I can't fathom why an outsider like you was hired in the first place. It's absurd.
I'm the
But now that you've
Schottenjäger.
seen my manuscript, I hope you finally comprehend that I am not the kidnapper.
It's not incriminating in that regard, no.
Where is the manuscript? You didn't remove it, did you?
I didn't think it was good for it, being out in that damp ground and all.
You must return it at once.
Yeah, I will. But it's at the hotel at the moment, though.
Mr. Knight, I suggest you bring it back here immediately. Because if anything happens to that manuscript, Prince James will be very displeased.
I will. No problem.
You just gotta love Gabriel's style. He just flat out tells people everything.
Prince James implied that the kidnapping was political. Would the manuscript have anything to do with it?
It could. There are those who take exception to the idea of Prince James being on the throne.
The throne? What throne?
Never mind.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about your fingerprints there for a minute.
Do you know Montreux, the owner of the local vineyard?
I know of him, of course. It's a small area.
Is he one of yours by any chance?
A Freemason? No. At least he's not Scottish Rite.
I don't even know what that means.
Here's what I don't get. Why are you working on the manuscript here? Obviously, you don't need the Templar vibes.
There's usually one of us in the area, just to keep an eye out.
For what? Treasure hunters?
Or anything.
Vampires.
But why you?
There is a certain opposition to the manuscript. The work on it was to be done discreetly.
And you figured they'd never suspect you'd work on it here.
Something like that. Of course, you've quite destroyed my anonymity.
How has he destroyed your anonymity? The only people he's told are Mosley and Grace. And I think he can trust Grace. Mosley's acting weird.
The manuscript promotes Prince James as king of what? Scotland?
Oh, it doesn't promote him as anything, per se. It simply lays out the genealogies. He's clearly the best candidate.
Best candidate for what? Are you talking about Scottish independence?
No. In our modern world, Scotland is a very small principality indeed.
England?
The Stuarts have vowed they'd never accept the English throne.
Well, what then?
It's not for me to say.
It's funny because as you talk to him, anytime he mentions Scotland, he gets a little Scottish in his accent, but then it quickly fades away. Can I dust everything you own for Prince? Please?
I don't see any prints.
Just...
I don't see any prints.
Can I dust you for
I don't
Prince?
think I want to show that to him.
Just...
I don't see any prints. Nothing.
Here, I know he touched the alarm clock.
No prints.
Oh, man. It's probably on that manuscript. Dang it. Dang it.
Well, I could keep asking him stuff, but I have the feeling he wouldn't tell me anything.
Oh, and Mosley
I
took
have
the
to go.
manuscript.
As you wish.
Oh, time has passed. And I will never get his fingerprints. Swear to God, if I come across that manuscript again, though. We're almost done with this chapter, guys. Chicken. I like that the chicken has a backstory, and it's a mysterious backstory. Do you think perhaps the chicken is in league with the vampires? Man, I could just never get into my room.
Bonjour.
Hey,
No, I want that manuscript.
she's just hanging out, isn't she?
What was that? That was interesting. Can I please have that manuscript? Also, why'd you go the long way around?
I'm not sure what I'd say if she came to the door.
How about let me borrow that manuscript so I can dust it for prints? Whose room is this that opened up as she walked by?
Room numbers. That's handy.
Yeah, thanks.
Bucelli's in room 21.
That was an odd little bit of... Okay, so Bucelli poked his head out.
Hey, that girl's a worker, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Since it's almost the end of the chapter, I should go ahead and save. Because I believe this conversation ends it.
Did you check out the Bloodline manuscript?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Where do you want me to start?
Dusting it for prints.
What's the manuscript say about the Bloodline?
The bloodline thing is major. The descendants of Jesus are called Desposini. Their symbol is the unicorn.
Unicorn?
Mm-hmm. Supposedly, the horn represents the male phallic symbol, and the unicorn itself represents the fertile Jesus.
Well, no wonder the Catholic Church had a conniption. But is there any way this Bloodline thing could be legit?
Well, there's no reason why Jesus shouldn't have married and had children, unless you believe any kind of sex is a sin. Personally, I don't. And you certainly don't.
That's just
Yeah.
a line I feed Catholic girls, but go on.
And it's the kind of thing the early church might have suppressed, if for no other reason than to make sure the bishops of the church had all the power, and not the descendants.
That explains how it might be possible, but it's hardly proof.
True, but if it's all a myth, it's a very old myth. The royal arms of Scotland show a Davidic line of Judah, Desposinic unicorn, and the Jewish fleur-de-lis. So they've believed they were Desposini from the Middle Ages, at least.
Oh. This is a long conversation bar, guys.
What's the manuscript say about the Freemasons?
The manuscript came right out and said that the original split between the Templars and the Priory of Sion was over the bloodline. The Priory wanted to support certain French families of Merovingian descent, while the Templars supported the emerging Stuart dynasty. I think it's pretty clear that the Freemasons and the Priory are still fighting over the same issue.
Does Sinclair mention the Holy Grail in the manuscript?
The Grail represents the bloodline and a kind of noblesse oblige duty to serve mankind. But also, remember what you heard on the train? You heard the kidnapper say Sangreal.
Yeah?
The manuscript says the words Holy Grail were actually a mistranslation. The original phrase wasn't Sangreal or Holy Grail, but Sang-Real.
Sang-Real? What's that mean?
They just moved the
Blood
G.
royal, or royal blood. The Holy Grail is the bloodline, Gabriel. That's what's so creepy.
Wow. I wonder if that's what they were saying on the train. It's royal blood.
That's what I've been wondering.
Kind of brings the whole vampire theory back onto the playing field, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So for those of you who haven't been paying attention at home, Prince James and his kidnapped son are the descendants of Jesus Christ.
I'm still not sure I see the connection between Sinclair and Prince James's men.
The manuscript did mention Prince James. It traced the various branches of the bloodline all the way down to the present day. It was obviously making the point that the Stuarts have the largest, purest amount of the blood, and Prince James is mentioned as the current Stuart heir.
Did you get the impression that the manuscript was trying to set Prince James up for something?
It certainly went
They
to
want him to be
great lengths
Jesus.
about his pedigree. I guess the royal families find that terribly irrelevant.
What about rulership? Did it mention anything about a throne?
It said something
Yeah,
about him being the King of
It talked about the
Kings.
European Union a lot. How any system of government ideally has both a parliament and a monarchy. You don't think they're trying to... No. No.
Position the House of Stuart as monarchs over the EU. Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Oh, God. No wonder Sinclair is hiding out here.
Is there anything more in there about the unicorn imagery?
A bit. You know all those medieval tapestries that show a unicorn in a garden or a unicorn being hunted?
Turns out they're totally awesome.
Supposedly, they all represent the dysphosine being suppressed by the church.
Oh. Guess what I found today? Wilkes' corpse.
What?
I found him at Long Moor. Looks like they took him right out of his room last night.
Oh my God.
Creepy, isn't it? They were in the hotel. Weird, 'cause I was dreaming about them. That's why
Well, how was Wilkes killed?
just like Prince James's men. Throat cut, blood drained into a pool.
God. What am I, cursed or something? I spent the entire day in the car with Mallory and McDougal, and then last night I had dinner with Wilkes, and...
What was his big theory, anyway?
He had a seismic survey done. They show hollow areas, and he had uncovered a big one. It makes sense, actually, because I've been working on this riddle called Le Serpent Rouge.
Sure, you keep working on that. I've got some ideas of my own to follow up.
Fine.
That doesn't sound like a moped.
Here's the end of our chapter, guys.
Damn, it's Prince James. Where's the manuscript? I've got to get it back to Larry before he runs to his boss and complains.
It was right here. I left it on the table when I went to take my shower.
And then Mosley took it, and then Madeline took it.
Tell me that, Grace. Grace?
Somebody must have taken it.
Yeah. Okay, let me think.
Mosley took it, then Madeline took
It's
it.
about time I pinned down our old squirmy friend from the NOPD. I'll get him out of town for a bit.
What about Prince James?
Tell him I'm working on the case. I can't see him till I've got that manuscript, or he'll have my head on a platter.
You really think Mosley...
Yeah, the bum. But do me a favor and look around here, just in case I'm wrong.
How dare he steal something from us? It's not like we stole his badge in the first game and his passport and jacket in this one.
What?
Come on, how can I keep an eye on the others if you leave me stranded? Please?
I don't believe this.
Thanks.
God.
You sleep with a woman and then she wants your Harley. That's it, guys. The next chapter is a long one from the looks of it. So, make sure you've got plenty of time when you sit down to see it. See you next time, guys.